Hey everybody, this is Ant. Yep, still over here in China. That's why I'm sweating so profusely, even though the air conditioning and the fan are on. I got a really nice request from a couple of folks by the names of Alan and Stephanie. They wanted to get a couple tutorials on some Grateful Dead stuff. Thanks guys for the suggestion and the request, because Grateful Dead is fantastic, as you can imagine, on the Merlin. And they asked me to please do a tutorial and teach them how to play one song. I'm going to go with them one better, and I'm going to give them two songs. Two songs. The first one we're going to look at is the more complicated of the two songs, and that is Uncle John's Band. Now, Uncle John's Band is a 5-chord song, and it does have substantially more quick little changes in it than a lot of the other stuff I've played in the past. So it's not quite as easy, but if you work on it, I need to work on it more. I'm still not great at it myself, but if you work on it, it really, I mean, Grateful Dead, I think, is perfect for the Merlin. I think it just sounds amazing. So we're going to give it a go here. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to show you the chords. Once again, I'll put the chord diagrams up over here so that you can see them. And then when I'm strumming through the song, I'll put rows of them up here so you can see the verses as I'm playing them. Haven't quite got the technology to get the little bouncing dot above the chords, but you'll figure it out. You're all smart people. You're Merlin people. You gotta be smart. Merlinites. Anyway, let's start it off. Basically, there are 2 verses and a chorus that's made up of 2 parts throughout the entire song, and then a kind of a little instrumental bridge. Not having a plethora of talented musicians behind me for that little bridge part, I just kind of do the acoustic strumming bit through it, and we can just imagine somebody going crazy behind me. That's what I do anyway. So let's take a look at the chords. First chord we're going to look at in this song is A. And A, I play it with my middle finger on the bottom 2 strings and my pointer finger on the top string, all on the 1st fret. Right? And if you've watched any of my other videos before, you know why. It's because I slide my middle finger up and down the fretboard for pretty much every other chord except for B minor. So I can hit my A, my E, my D, my G, my F sharp minor, or F, whichever way you're playing it. So it's pretty much just the B and the C. I haven't got the fingers dexterity for a C yet, so we'll work on that another day. So keeping that middle finger for me planted is very important, because it just allows me to make really nice, smooth, quick chord changes. So we start off with an A, right? The next chord we're going to use in the song is a D. So like I said, nice, quick, easy chord changes. I pull my pointer finger off, keep my middle finger planted, and slide it down 1 fret to the 2nd fret, the bottom 2 strings. There's my D, and then we slide it right back up again, plant the finger to our A. Right? So it goes kind of like this. Oh, the first days are the hardest days, don't you worry anymore. Right? So it's A, and then D, and then A. For the first line, the second line of the verse is the same. A, D, and A. Right? And then the 3rd line, it changes. This is where we get our B minor. Now, B minor is the 1 chord, like I mentioned, that I do not play the bottom 2 strings. They are left open. Instead, I put my pointer finger on the middle string of the 1st fret and my middle finger on the top string of the 2nd fret. That's my B minor. Doesn't that sound really nice? That is a nice chord, the B minor. The next chord is, I don't know, if you're looking at it without really understanding how to do the chords, it's like, oh my god, F sharp minor, that's got to be impossible. Not really. F sharp minor is just the bar of the 2nd fret. Right? And you can play it with the 1 finger like this if you prefer. I prefer to play it once again with my middle finger planted on the bottom 2 strings and my pointer finger barring the top 2 strings. So it's the exact same effect as that. It's just that I'm using 2 fingers to do it, the same way I do with ukulele to play a D chord. Hint, hint, if you have a hard time with big fat fingers like me to hit a D chord on a ukulele, this works. So I plant down my F, or F sharp minor, then I slide back to, or I go to a D, no sliding required, I just take off my pointer finger. Right, so F sharp minor, and then D. Again, having that middle finger planted there comes in so handy. So let's start from the beginning of that 3rd line. It's B minor, and then F sharp minor. Take off the pointer finger, D, and then we go back up here, slide up to the 1st fret, and I'm going to keep my middle finger planted on the bottom 2 strings, and I'm going to bar the top 2 strings, just like for the F sharp minor, but on the 1st fret, and that's our E, right? So we have, think this through with me, let me know your mind, right? So it's first, let's start from the very beginning of the verse again before we get to the last bit, because the last one is the trickiest. So this is a bit of a recap. So it starts off with A, D, and A, D, and A. Then we go B minor, F sharp minor, D, E. Okay, let me sing those 3 lines so you can put it in context. Oh, the first days are the hardest days. Don't you worry anymore. 'Cause when life looks like easy street, there's danger at your door. Think this through with me. Let me know your mind. Okay, now is probably the hardest line in the whole song. The chords are easy. The chords are very simple. We're playing D, which we've already done. We're playing E, which we've already done. And we're playing A, which we've already done. Again, this finger never leaves. So it's just a matter of here for my D, slide it up, plant just the top string, A, plant the top 2 strings, E, right? But it's the timing that gets tricky here. A lot of up and down, and there's a lot of chord changes, so I'm going to do it very slowly the first time, and then I'll do it at a slightly faster speed. So it's whoa ho, what I want to know, ho ho, is are you kind? So really there's only 2 times for even sliding, so let's do it even slower. So it's whoa ho, what I want to know, ho, ho, is, are you kind? Okay, now at speed it sounds a little bit like this. Whoa, ho, what I want to know, ho, ho, is, are you kind? I mean, you can make it a little slower, you can make it a little faster, whatever you like, but the basis is still the same. D, E, A, E, D, A, E, A. Okay? That's it. That's the verse. That whole bit is repeated, and then we get to the chorus. Now the chorus again is a little bit tricky, but it's not too bad once you get used to it. You have to listen to the song a few times, I think, just to kind of get that rhythm down, because it's the Grateful Dead. They did things their own way. It's not very standard, I think, as far as music goes. But anyway, chorus. Love this bit. We start off with an A, and we kind of strum down twice powerfully, right, for that. God damn will I declare, God damn will I, and then we go to a D, declare, and back there, right, so it's A, D, A, right, not too bad, A, D, A, then we switch to a B minor, have you, A, seen the E, like, right, so it's God damn will I declare, have you seen the like? And then we go over to our D. Their walls are built of cannonballs. Their A, motto, E is, don't tread D on E. Me on E, me. Oh my God, that's terrible. So let me sing that through nice and slow with the lyrics so you can kind of hear it, and I'll put the chords over there. God damn will I declare, have you seen the like? Their walls are built of cannonballs. Their motto is don't tread on me. And then the next part of the chorus is exactly the same chords. Come here, Uncle John's band playing by the riverside. Got some things to talk about right here beside the rising tide. Right, so that's it. That's the chorus. And then there's the little instrumental thingamajigger that, like I said, I play the rhythm. And it's really easy. The way I play it, though, you'll have to listen for yourself. This is the way I would play it if somebody was soloing or taught me. I play A, and then I go to an open D where I take my fingers off completely. Then I go to a chorded D. Then I go to an E. So it sounds like this. It's the same story. Anyway, now it's meant to be done 4 times, repeated 4 times. That little D, A, open D, D, E. But that's if you got somebody going crazy, soloing behind you. No soloists hiding back there. So typically, if I'm just doing this myself, I would go through that twice and then start into the next verse. So anyway, this is going on and on and on and on. Like I said, it's a little bit tricky. So let me play the first 2 verses and the chorus right up to the little instrumental. The rest of the song is the same. There are no other big changes. So once you can do that, you're laughing. And again, I'll put the chord progressions over here so that you can follow along and try to see where I'm moving with my fingers. Sorry if my fingers get in the way. I don't have thin little dainty fingers, unfortunately, but hey, you make do with what you got, right, people? So here we go. This is the first bits of Uncle John's band. Oh, the first days are the hardest days. Don't you worry anymore. 'Cause when life looks like easy street, there's danger at your door. Think this through with me. Let me know your mind. Whoa, what I want to know is, are you kind? It's a buck dancer's choice, my friend. Better take my advice. You know all of the rules by now. The fire from the ice. Will you come with me? Won't you come with me? Whoa, what I want to know. Oh, will you come with me? Oopsie. God damn it, I declare, have you seen the light? Their walls are built of cannonballs. Their motto is don't tread on me. Uncle John's band playing by the riverside. Got some things to talk about right here beside the rising tide. It's the same story the crow told me. It's the only one he knows. Like the morning sun. Anyway, I could go on here. Really easy song, but this is the tutorial, so I will do another video where I'm actually singing the song, but this should get you guys playing it anyway. Stay tuned. I'm going to cut this one short. Well, short. 15 minutes of your life gone. I'm gonna stop this one now, and I'm going to look at request number 2. They said pick one. I'm picking 2 because that's just what I do. Yeah, it's gonna be a surprise. See you in the next video.